Hey everyone and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the movie Bullet Train. Fun fact, the director of this movie, David Leitch, was also the stunt double for Brad Pitt in Fight Club. This movie came out in 2022 and stars Brad Pitt, Bryan, Tyree, Henry, and Aaron Taylor Johnson, and was directed by David Leitch. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Bullet Train tells the story of an unlucky assassin by the name of Ladybug who goes on a bullet train to steal a suitcase, and he comes to find out that he is not the only one looking for this suitcase. Bullet Train is an action comedy that is based off of a book. It has similar vibes to John Wick, Deadpool, or Murder on Orient Express. I knew going into this movie that it was going to be an action movie, but I was pleasantly surprised at some of the comedic moments throughout the film. Some of the fight scenes were cool and some were kind of bland, but I enjoyed seeing these different characters interact. The cast of this movie is stacked. There were some people I knew were in this movie, but I was shocked to learn about more and more actors as they came on screen. In this movie we get cameos from Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and Ryan Reynolds, which was all surprising to see. It's cool to see these cameos, especially when you weren't expecting them, and in Channing's case it led to a funny scene. Bryan Tyree Henry was great as Lemon, the Thomas the Train loving assassin. I was rooting for him and I loved his relationship with his brother Tangerine and how when together they were always bickering. This film has this way of storytelling where there are many individual stories told in the first half and we slowly come to find out that these stories are actually connected. I do usually enjoy these movies like this because it encourages the viewer to become a detective, but I think the first half of this film seemed like there was too much going on and it made it seem very messy, and it took way too long to show why these stories were important and how they were connected to each other. There were some cool fight scenes in this movie on this train. It made the movie more fun to see all of these different fights and how this briefcase was at the center of all this drama. One thing while watching this movie that I was confused about was in the scenes with all these fights, how were people not actively trying to stop them? There was one lady that was complaining, which was, led to some funny interactions. But with the amount of violence, you would expect that someone else that was on this train would not only see them, but then also kind of alert other people and be like, hey, there's a lot of fighting going on here. Like, maybe this isn't safe, or like, what's going on? But the movie just kind of has people just like in their own little world, which was interesting to see because I'm like, there are people are dying and, actively fighting. Like, I get towards the end, there's no more people on the train, but this is like in the beginning towards the middle, there were a lot of people on the train and they're like, going at it. So it was interesting to see that they didn't really like address that. My favorite part is when we find out that Lemon survives at the end and we see him on a journey to kill the prince after many failed attempts by different people to kill her. We had seen her get hit before the credits rolled, but we didn't know who did it, and it was funny to see him come back and ensure that she didn't walk away or hurt anyone else. Bullet Train is a fun action movie that will have you laughing while trying to figure out what's going on. I think that the way that the story is told is a little drawn out, but overall it was an enjoyable movie. If you haven't seen Bullet Train, then I suggest you watch it. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, goodbye.